Leyla Hassanova, COP29 Presidency Youth Climate Champion. Thank you very much for joining us on A News. I want to start by asking you to think back to the COP29 event. Just give me your reflections on what happened, particularly from the point of view of young people.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to speak about COP29 and achievements and just look back at what we did and what was the success story for all of us. I would like to first of all introduce you to the role. The Presidency Youth Climate Champion role was established during COP28 in UAE. It was institutionalized and now it serves as a bridge between the presidency and the youth NGOs, youth organizations and children, of course. For this year's achievements, of course, you know the Baku Climate Finance Goal, and that it was the biggest goal so far, finance goal negotiated at UN conferences. And we are proudly saying that we brought together those people, we brought together parties, non-party stakeholders, young people, children, to discuss, to make their additions. We have hosted several consultations last year during our road to COP29. And just to mention that we are starting our official COP29 presidency and we'll be working together with the upcoming presidency, Brazil, to develop more the role and what it holds, the magic that it holds, the youth champion role, because it bridges the gap between decision makers and young people. And it also makes sure that we, young people, our voices are integrated into policy-making processes at such conferences.
And as you said, the work doesn't stop after the event. In fact, it ramps up now. When you look back to the event, though, I mean, I think a lot of us have our own favourite moments. So much happened. Do you have a moment that stands out to you as being special? And if so, how did it make you feel?
Of course, definitely. The whole process was special to me because there were challenging moments, there were moments when we didn't know what to do, but still we managed it. I will start first of all with the Climate Change Summer Camp that we hosted in August. We brought together 75 young educators to Baku from around the globe, from 35 countries. And we were, with the support of experts, we were teaching and providing capacity building trainings for them in terms of what is climate change and what is the science behind it, so that they go back to their respective communities, respective countries, schools, kindergartens, and teach those young people and children. Why I started with this? Because at COP29 we hosted a follow-up event to that climate change summer camp, and we once again brought those experts together and they were sharing their highlights and how it positively, this summer camp, affected their lives and their communities. And this was my favorite moment when I just left the room of that event and I was feeling very fulfilled because this initiative that we brought together with the UNFCCC Secretariat and our partners was a success.
I think, as you've said, as many people have said, the legacy of this work will be left for children. With that in mind, is there a tool, a mechanism, a device that you feel is particularly important to making sure that that legacy is a positive one?
Education is the key, definitely, the one instrument that we should use, and that is why the Climate Change Summer Camp took place, the follow-up events on education and building capacity of children and young people. I think the main instrument that we have in our hands is education, raising awareness about the issue. How can we tackle it in our own communities, on the grassroots levels? This is very important because if we equip young people, children, with the proper knowledge, education, they can in future tackle this crisis very easily.
And as we've said, there's a lot of work left to do now, from Baku to Bonn and then ultimately to Brazil. What is the role of young people as you tackle that work?
Well, I would say the role of young people is to challenge those people who are making the decisions. Because that's what we saw at COP29. I mean, I personally saw that the way young people and children challenge policymakers, adults, it's very interesting, and it inspires those policymakers to actually go back and do the thing, whatever is requested from young people, and there is a lot, definitely, because they see the problem from another perspective, because we will inherit this world, and we want it to be sustainable and greener. In terms of the Baku to Belém roadmap, we will be working together with the future COP presidency Youth Climate Champion, which will be soon appointed by Brazil. And I'm looking forward to this cooperation because we will be co-championing this process. And once again, in Brazil, the movement is very much active, the youth climate movement. They also have very fresh and innovative ideas on tackling the challenges.
Well, exciting future of cooperation ahead. Leyla Hassanova, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.